Hi everyone, welcome back to the nest. This is Robin. So we are on day 4 of hashtag 5 days of Christmas fun. Just so you know ahead of time, these are pre-recorded. I wanted to go ahead and do it because we are having company in at the latter part of all this, and I wanted to make sure these were up and uploaded for you guys. So if you don't know what this collaboration is, or this hashtag is, it's a group of crafters who've gotten together, and we set out to make the same thing. Like, for example, day 1 was a wand, day 2 was a snowflake, day 3 was an ornament, and today, now that we're on day 5, we were all to make a snow globe. So that's what I'm going to show you that I made, and I'll show you all of the products that I used, and this was quite intense, and I am so thrilled with how it came out. So I'm continuing on using this paper pad from Michael's, the Sugar and Sparkle that I picked up for $5 as a hot buy. And where do I start? Okay, so this little egg shape that I bought at Hobby Lobby, I'm going to be using that. I'll be using some of the chalk ballet paint from Walmart. Now, I have another one that's opened, but I picked this up back in 2016 from Target on their dollar spot. That was Zoe, not me. So I used some of these, and it's just the little styrofoam balls. So I used that. And then the Snow and Cocoa from Tuesday Morning, the little bottle brush trees. I'm using some of those. My Snow Ticks. Oh, where do I go now? So I picked these up a couple of years ago from Target as well. They're just little snowflake shaped sequins. Let's see if I can open it. No, I can't. But they're just little snowflake. Let's see, what year did I pick these up? Have no idea. But they're just little snowflake sequins. And then some of these Tim Holtz deer. These are new from this year. I ordered those from scrapbook.com, but I didn't share that haul with you all because I was too sick and couldn't talk. It just was too painful. So I did use those. And then I had some of these little pom-poms in my stash in 2 different sizes. So I used some of those. I have no idea where they came from because the tag's off of them. And then I also used some of these little teeny tiny seed beads as part of my shaker. You can hear that, I'm sure, because the styrofoam just wasn't shaky enough. So, shaky enough, oh my Lord. And then I used some rhinestones. I also used some of the Spectrum Noir glitter, sparkle glitter that you can get at Tuesday Morning. And then from Dollar Tree, I used some of these little wooden snowflakes here that I painted up. I used regular Mod Podge. I used some of this chunky glitter from Michael's. This stuff's great, and it isn't that expensive. I've had that for quite a while too, by the way. And then I used some diamond stickles. That was another thing that I picked up from scrapbook.com. I needed my little glitter tray. And then I'm back to use some of the fuzzy eyelash trim stuff, and then the little iridescent eyelash trim. Use that as well. And then I'll be using my ribbon cutter. they have these right now in Tuesday morning, and if you haven't used one, they're great, but I'll talk more about that in just a second. And then this right here was one of the few things that I had as far as embellishments for Christmas in my stash. And that is from 2013 from Tuesday morning, and I only gave $1.49 for them. So I'm using those up. They're crepe paper sleigh ride embellishments. I don't believe I had the, I'm going to see if I can move this over. Which way to go? Which way to go? Let's see, I'm going to need this. Okay, so I'm going to show you my snow globe, but I need you to know that I'm not done with it yet because I was afraid to glue everything down without at least trying to show you how I made it. Like my bow, my ribbon up here at the top isn't glued on yet, and my little banner right here isn't put together, but this is my little snow globe. And then I'll turn it on the side here and on the back and then on around. So I'm going to do some disassembling here for just a second, just so I can show you, because see, there goes my bow, because I want you to see the nest. This nest was made by me, by an actual robin. And what it is, you know when you have burlap material and you cut it and you have all of these little strings that fall off? I had a big pile of them, and so what I did was I took some Mod Podge and I used, what did I use? I used the top of like a container. I don't remember which container I even used. Maybe it was something like this. I don't even remember now because I've had that made for a while. But I took and Mod Podged each one of those strands to where I would keep them all together, and then as the Mod Podge started drying, it would start stiffening, so I started forming it, and then just kept building up and building up and building up until I got a really nice little nest. And then after that was done, I took and put Mod Podge back on it again, and just as much as I could. And you can see there where it's thicker in some spots and not in others. And then I put it inside my little glitter thing here upside down. So I just did like all over here and not on the inside. And then I put the glitter on it and let it dry. So this took several days for this process, but it was so worth it. And then on the inside of my little nest, I took and put some of this eyelash trim in there, and then I lined the edge of my little feathered nest with some of this because it had to be feathered, right? So I did that. Now I'm going to sit that back down, and I'm going to show you what can y'all hear it? I'll glue it into the nest and glue my little ribbon and everything on after I finish this video, but I wanted to show you all. So you can see on the inside here, so my little bottle brush trees, I went over them with Snow Tex, with this Snow Tex, to add just a little bit more snow on them, because as you can see, some of them there wasn't a whole lot, so I just randomly put more on there. And then in certain spots I put little diamond stickles just to give it some added sparkle and shine on each one of the bottle brush trees. But first, what I did before I even put those in was I started building up my bottom down here with these pom-poms. And so for the ones that are higher, of course, is where I used the larger pom-poms, and then where they're lower is where I used the smaller pom-poms, and I did them in two different sections. Like the pink tree and the deer was on this half, and then the natural colored tree and the snowflake was on this half. And so that's how I did that. And then let me flip it around here on this side then. So this is two of these wooden snowflakes that I painted with the chalk paint, the pink chalk paint. And then I added the snow text to it. I glued them together, and I left one of the little foam square. I left one of them there to where it would give it some, let's see if you can see there. See how there's some depth there? So I left that in there, and then I added the snow text and then some of the rhinestones. I put those on there, the bling in the center and on the tips, just kind of like a, because see, was trying to do stuff to where it was similar. If you'll remember, we'll go back to day 2 to this snowflake. Well, there it is in that. So I did that, and then I went ahead and added the little styrofoam balls, and there you can see the little snowflake sequins. And then you probably can't see really well the little seed beads, but they're in there, see? And so I did that, and then I added some satin trim on the seam after I had everything put together. And then to give it like a snow look, I added the snow text on top. And now all that I need to do is I'll need to glue this to the inside of my nest. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this on, because I'm going to demo this for you all if you don't know what it is. And if you see smoke, don't be alarmed. My videos are not intended for children, by the way. Nothing I do, none of the crafts are intended for children because they are dangerous. Just want to put that out there. I'm not sure exactly what's happening with this Copa thing, but I know we could all be in trouble if we don't do something or another. I'm not sure exactly what it is yet. Still researching it. But anyway, enough of that. So our little ribbon here, I've already made my little bow, and I was thinking that it would just sit on top there, but I need to finish my ends here and here. And now that this is heating up, I'm going to open it up, and if it's dirty inside, it's where I've burned ribbon. So see, you can see where I've burned stuff. Be really careful with this. These seem to do really good, but I melted some organza ribbon in this, and you'll see the little wire right there. That is what cuts and seals your ribbon. This is for those who don't know about these. And then do you see the diagonals on both sides of this? That is for you to get the correct angle that you're looking for. Like, do you see how I'm laying that over? And you have to imagine that there's a line. Well, there actually is a line in there where your wire will cut, and that will let you know how much you're going to cut off. But if you'll angle it on these diamonds, then it will cut that way. So I'm going to put it down here. Let's see. Hang on a minute. I think these were only like $4.99. I'm going to put it in here where hopefully you all can see. Do you see how I have my... Oh, let's make sure I don't get that in there. Okay. So do you see that? Now all that you do is... I'm going to have to let it heat up again. Sorry, you all. It cuts off after it's open for so long. So just when your light is off, that means it's cut off and it won't cut. But what I'm going to do is line it up in there on those diagonal. And then I'm going to set it down and you can see how to use it. But please be careful with this because don't ask me how I know, but it could possibly burn worse than a hot glue gun. Just saying. And then push down on this. Give it just a second. And look. There you go. And it's sealed. Can you see that? And those little pieces that you see coming off there, that's where it's melted. So you'll just take your scissors and just barely, whoops, sorry, didn't mean to bump you. And just using these things, let's zoom back out a little bit. So you'll just take and, okay, we're going to turn this off. Hang on now. Whoop. Oh, I'm going to have to let that burn off a minute. Ugh. Just be really careful with it. It works great. But when you're trying to stay in frame with the camera, see? So then I'll do this one. See, there it goes. See, let go. If you try to tug on that little string too much, it will break. So try not to do that. I'm going to put it back in here, but this time I'm going to not zoom in. And just try to do it to where my head isn't in the camera either. This is hard to do on camera because I've limited arm space, and but it really isn't this difficult. It honestly is not. Oh, come here. See? And then you just trim this off. It's just where they're melted. You don't want to get into your actual ribbon where it's sealed it, but it'll keep it from fraying. And it's just another option for you if you don't have the fray, no fray, or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called now. But I've been using it and I really like it. So, except don't use it on organza ribbon because some of them it will just, when it goes to cut, it melts too much of it and it will make it gather and pucker, and it doesn't work well at all. Just saying. But with these satin ribbons and grow grains, and it works great. So I'm going to put that little bow on top here. Whoops. I'm going to put the little bow. I'm going to glue the little bow on top, and then I'm going to add the little banner in the front here that says fa la 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 la. And this is day 4 of hashtag 5 days of Christmas fun. You'll need to come back tomorrow because tomorrow is when the giveaway will be. And I will show you the final product, or the final product, the final project. Good grief. The final project. But I do have to say, this one right here, it is absolutely my all-time favorite, and I'm wanting to make more of these little nests and do more of these little snow globes because it turned out so much better than my drawing. I won't show it to you because it's pathetic, but it turned out so much better, and I'm proud of it. Gosh, is that bad for me to say? I don't like to be prideful, but I'm so pleased with it. Let's just say that. And I hope that you all enjoy it as well. And I do hope that whoever wins this giveaway at the end of all this enjoys all of these projects that I have put my heart and soul into. I hope that everyone's having a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to check out the other ladies in the description box below who's in the collaboration as well. Talk to you later. Bye.